Prosecution is the end game, and it's actually a failure because somebody's been harmed. Surely the answer is prevention. The US State Department did some research last year and said that I've prosecuted more honour killings than anybody in the world. Because I was supervising all the country's prosecutions for 10 years, and we prosecuted over 100 honour killings in that time. Women can't do everything they can do. Men can do what they like. I remember a father saying to me, his son has gone to jail for dealing in crack cocaine, and his daughter wants to marry someone of her own choice, and what dishonour she's bringing to his family. He couldn't give a proverbial about his son. Sons can do what they like, but daughters have a different kind. And if she steps out of the line, she suffers harm. And ultimately, the ultimate harm is killing. But we're in a better place, not being complacent, than where we were. When we first got some figures on this subject in 2005, there were 12 women killed where motivation was honour in this country. And last year, or the year before last, when the last figures I've seen, there were 5. So we've saved 7 lives, but we didn't save 5 more. And so to answer your question, the answer is legislation and awareness raising and police and others knowing what they're doing. But it's also about what's happening within the communities. It's also about communities saying not enough. If they're not doing enough, they need to do more. And providing victims with support, providing victims, understanding that victims can do what they want and shouldn't suffer the enormous consequences. And I've always seen honour killings as organised crime. It's always organised crime. You know, I'm looking back to the cases I dealt with. Usually more than one person was involved in the murder of a girl or a woman. And the best example I can think of, or the worst example if you were thinking in those terms, was the murder of a woman called Banaz Mahmood. She was murdered in London in 2006. There's a documentary about her which won an Emmy. She was murdered for kissing her boyfriend outside of a tube station, an underground station. She was murdered by 8 men, her father and uncle and 6 other members of the community. 8 men decided that what she had done was so horrible that she must die. And one of them raped her as they were killing her, to tell her, as we know this from the audio, tell her, we are in control. I'm showing you this to show you that men are in control as I'm strangling you to death. So you have to remember, that's what we're up against. An organised network within families, within communities that want to harm women because of the choices they make. And we've got to stop that through prosecution and policing, but we've got to stop that within the communities too. I have spent 20 odd years telling people it's got nothing to do with religion. It never has. It's, when it comes to violence against women and girls, it's about male power. And you know, there is no community on this earth where women and girls are safe. None.